Hello everyone, my name is Buki Akimbile and you are welcome into another tutorial. And in today's tutorial, we'll be making a bubu gown with cut together sleeve. So let's begin. Our fabric is already in 4 folds. We have 2 for the front and 2 for the back. We will be cutting both the front and the back together. Half of my shoulder measurement is 8.5 inches, so I'll be marking it out. Then I'll be going out by 12 inches for the sleeve extension. So from the shoulder point to the end of the fabric, I'm having 12 inches. I'll mark it out. But let me reconfirm it for you to understand. You can see from the shoulder point now to that place is now 12 inches. So once I'm done marking, the next thing I'll be doing is to input my neck width. And the neck width I'm working with is 3.5 inches. So I'll mark it out. Then I'll go back to the sleeve extension point. Then I'll be coming down by 1.5 inches for the shoulder slope. So from my neck width, I'll be connecting with my straight ruler down to the 1.5 inch that will come down by for the shoulder slope. So once I'm done connecting, I'll go back to the neck area. The neck depth we are working with for the back neckline is 1.5 inches, so I'll mark it out. Then I'll be connecting from my 3.5 inch neck width down to the 1.5 inch neck depth. So once I'm done connecting, I'll be marking out the front neckline. So I'll be going down by 5 inches for the front neck depth. Kindly note, you can use your preference. It's not compulsory we use the same neck depth or neck design. So once I'm done marking, I'll be connecting my front neckline. So we are done creating both the front and the back neckline. So the next thing we do now is to confirm the length of our fabric. Though the total length I'm working with is 62 inches, my actual length is 60 inches, then the additional 2 inches for sewing allowance. So I'll go ahead and input my vertical measurement, and I'll be needing just 3 measurements in this situation. So the bust point, and my bust point is 11.5 inches, so I'll be marking it out. Then I'll be repeating the same measurement at the center of our fabric. I'll mark it out so that we can have a perfect straight line. So I'll be connecting with my straight ruler. Make sure you place your ruler properly. So once I'm done connecting the bust point line, I'll go ahead and input my hip measurement, which is 25 inches. So from the top of our fabric, I'll be marking out 25 inches. Then I'll repeat the same measurement at the center of our fabric. The reason we are doing this, like I said earlier, is for us to have a perfect straight line. So I'll be connecting with my ruler. We already know the length of our gown, so I'll go ahead and input our horizontal measurements now. Quarter of my bust is 11 inches. Then because we are creating a frilled gown, so I'll be adding 1.5 inch east to it, so making 12.5 inches, so I'll be marking it out. Then I'll mark out 1 inch for the sewing allowance. Quarter of my hip measurement is 11.5 inches, so I'll mark it out. Then I'll be adding 1.5 inch east to it, then plus 1 inch sewing allowance. So once I'm done marking, we'll be going to the hem of our fabric. So I'll be taking the measurement on our hip line to the hem. So I'll be marking the 13 inches, but because I want mine to be a little freer, so I'll be adding 1 inch more to it. So instead of marking the 13 inches, I'll be marking 14 inches at the hem, then plus 1 inch sewing allowance, making 15 inches. So once I'm done marking, I'll be connecting my lines. So from the bust point to the hip line, then I'll repeat the same thing on the sewing allowance. Then once I'm done connecting, then we'll go to the down part. So we'll be connecting from the hip line to the hem of our gown now. So I'll be placing my ruler from the hem upward. So my ruler is a little shorter, so I'll be getting additional ruler to connect with it so that I can have a perfect straight line. And once I'm done adjusting the ruler, I'll be connecting the line from the hip line to the hem of our gown. I will also repeat the same thing on the sewing allowance. Kindly note, you can add more than 1.5 inch east. You can use your preference. You may add 2 inches or 2.5 inches. It depends on how free you want your bubu gown to look like. And once I'm done connecting, I'll go back to the top for our sleeve opening. So for the sleeve opening, I'll be connecting from the shoulder slope down to the bust point line. And once I'm done connecting, I'll be blending our side seam into the sleeve because we did not want it to have a sharp edge. So I'll be using my freehand to connect from the side into the sleeve. You can see the way I'm doing it. Or you can as well come out by 1.5 inches on that side. So from the sewing allowance, you just mark out 1.5 inches, then you connect. So with that, we have eliminated the sharp edge. And once we are done blending, we'll be going in by 1/2 inch from the sleeve edge, so that we'll be having a slanted sleeve. The reason is for our sleeve to lay properly on the shoulder by the time we are done sewing our bubu. Since it's a cut together sleeve, so we have to do this for proper blending. So we are done drafting our bubu now. We can go ahead and start cutting. So we are done cutting our fabric. We'll be separating the back from the front so that we can finish up with our front. I changed my mind, so I'll be converting my neckline to V neckline. So instead of using the 5 inches that I marked out initially, so I'll be coming down by 7 inches now. Though I marked that off camera, so I'll be connecting it. So once I'm done connecting, I'll go ahead and cut out the front neckline now. So our bubu is ready. The next thing we do is to cut out our facing. So my fabric is already in 2 folds, then I fold it again into another 2, making 4 folds, because I'll be cutting out 2 facing. I like turning my facing with each other. So I will set it properly, aligning the center front, and once I'm done setting, then I'll be tracing out the neckline. I will also trace out the shoulder slope as well. Then once I'm done tracing out, I'll be removing my fabric so that I can cut out the facing. So I'll be following the lines that I traced out to cut out the facing, both on the neckline and the shoulder slope. Then I'll go ahead and shape my facing. I can either use freehand to shape it or measure it out, but I'll be measuring it out. So I'll be coming out by 3 inches from that point to the midpoint. Then I'll go back to the center front and come down by 3.5 inches. So I'll mark it out. Then I'll connect from the midpoint to the center front. Then I can go ahead and cut out my facing. So our facing is ready. So I'll be following this same method to cut out the back facing. And once I'm done cutting, I'll be using the 2 to turn each other. Then I'll be showing us. So I'm done turning my facing both for the front and the back. So the next thing we do now is to place it on our fabric. So we'll be placing it on the right side of our fabric. Then we sew it down. Then I'll repeat the same thing on the back neckline as well. Aligning the facing on the neckline, then stitch it down. So I'm done turning my neckline with facing both for the front and the back. The next thing we'll be doing now is to turn our fabric around, right side facing each other. Then we align it properly at the shoulder area. So this is the front and the back. Then we align the shoulder and stitch by 1/2 inch on both sides. So the best way to achieve a perfect neckline, we pick our back facing, then turn it over to the front shoulder, then we stitch it down. We repeat the same thing on the other side as well. So I'm done stitching our fabric on the shoulder and I've ironed it down. So the next thing we do is to attach our sleeve band. So we open up our sleeve and measure what we have there. So that is what we use to cut out our band. So I've already cut out my sleeve band based on the measurement that we took earlier. So the band height I'm having is 4 inches, and I've also attached interfacing to it for stability. So by the time we fold it into 2, we'll be having 2 inches. So we'll be using 1/2 inch to sew it into our sleeve. So place it on the fabric, then we stitch down. But if you want a turn-up sleeve, instead of placing your sleeve band from the right side, you'll be placing it from the wrong side. Then you stitch it down by 1/2 inch. Then once you are done stitching, then you turn it over to the other side. So that is how you are going to create a turn-up sleeve. So I'm done attaching the sleeve band to both sleeves. So I'll be cutting off the excess fabric at the edge. So once I'm done cutting, I'll repeat the same thing also on the other sleeve. Then the next thing I'll be doing is to stitch down by 1 inch on this side. So I'll repeat the same thing on the other side as well. Then once I'm done doing that, I'll go ahead and fold in the raw edges of our fabric. So once I'm done stitching, I'll be showing us the final look. So I'm done stitching down both sides. So before we turn it to the right side, we need to notch the armhole area so that by the time we turn it to the right side, our fabric will lay flat. So I'm done turning to the right side and giving it a good press. You can see that the armhole area is laying flat. So this is the final look of our fabric, and you can as well see the hem clean and neatly finished. If you enjoyed this tutorial, kindly give us a giant thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching.